earlier today, we revealed, in honor of the quarter century, we're obviously in the year 2025, we're introducing the TSN 1050 Toronto Sports Quarter Century Bracket Challenge. Rest of the summer, we're going to have different categories, but we're going to launch it with the most valuable division. All right, Jonas, most valuable division. Struddy, you can contribute. I know you're secretly a big Toronto sports fan. I know it.
Massive,
as you should be. So, in terms of the battles, now this I think is going to be there's going to be a lot of like guarantees, in my opinion. I have in my mind who I think should win this, and we can get to that as the week goes on. But Jonas, I'll throw a couple at you, and you tell me where you stand.
Okay.
In terms of the 1 versus 16, it's a little bit unfair to the 16 seed because these are all great players. But Kawhi Leonard or John Tavares?
Obvious.
Kawhi, yes. Yeah. It clearly has to be Kawhi Leonard, clearly. All right, staying on this end of the bracket. Keep this up on the TV, guys. Now, this one's tough. Ricky Ray, Josh Donaldson. Ray won. Ray was a winner, obviously, as the quarterback of the Argos. Who would you take there, Ricky Ray or Josh Donaldson?
I don't have a ton of CFL knowledge, but I know that Josh Donaldson was MVP.
Yes, he was.
And was like just a sensation here.
Mm-hmm.
And like good defensively, good offensively. I would take
he had
Donaldson.
The moxie, man. He was kind of the face of that 15-16 team.
Yeah, I would take Donaldson.
As much as Bautista, was the first one here, that kind of felt like Donaldson's team in 15-16. So
and a great trade, like one of the best trades.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe in Toronto sports history.
One of the great ones, up there with the Gilmore trade, and there's been a lot of great trades. There's been a lot of awful, horrible trades too.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to that at some point.
Yeah,
Quarter century awful trade list. But I would lean Donaldson as well, with all due respect to Ricky. And Ricky was a winner and a quarterback. Donaldson, different beast. Now, how about Jose Bautista, Mitch Marner?
Ooh,
this one's going to be tough because Bautista's got the bat flip, obviously, which is why I will say Bautista because of that playoff moment. Marner doesn't have one playoff moment, like not one big playoff moment.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Four Nations Cup.
No.
Yeah, but that's not a Toronto thing. And you're right. I mean, I thought he was really good in that game.
Mitch being a 13 seed, though, seems...
That seems a little... Like, if he was still a Leaf, you think he'd be higher? That's a Vegas Golden Knight play in your... Well, we're talking 25 years, right, with a lot of great athletes. But Marner probably does deserve to be a higher rating than that. But I'm going to go Bautista.
One. Yeah,
I'm going Bautista simply because of 15 and 16.
The bat flip?
And the bat flip. That is I think the most famous game of the last 25 years. I'm trying to think, maybe the Raptors, maybe the shot against
way? Yeah,
Philly.
That's better.
Yeah, I mean the Raptors' run in 19 is obviously has to be separated a little bit because they actually completed the whole thing and won it in the end. But I think Game 5, ALDS, 7th inning, that's the most famous inning of the last 25 years.
Do you know what's funny though, Hayes? Like you mentioned Marner in the playoffs. I had forgot this, and it's like a long time ago. Do you remember? Was it the 2018 playoffs first round against Boston?
Boston. You're going to say when he blocked the shot, and people were like, "Hey, Mitch, great blocking of the shot."
I think he had scored 2 goals the game before.
Yeah, he was good, and Bruce Cassidy was pumping his tires back then.
But man, that's too long ago. So,
yes, and did they win that series?
They did not.
Did he show up in Game 7 of that series? I don't believe he did. Bautista. Moving on. Roy Halladay, Michael Bradley. Halladay or Bradley. And you can vote on all this on Twitter, Instagram, follow at TSN1050. This one's tougher than it looks because Bradley, again, was the captain of the team that won. They won MLS Cup. They went to multiple MLS Cup finals where Halladay was just never on a team to be that valuable.
But man.
I know. He's the best pitcher.
The best pitcher.
You could argue the best player of the last 25 years.
Yeah.
You could argue the best player of the last 25 years, for sure.
For the Jays? Or just any?
Yeah. I mean, as great as Donaldson and Bautista and Delgado were, Halladay, I think you could easily make that case.
Yeah.
That he was, the best player, period.
He was just
talent and production.
You just knew what you were going to get every time. He was going to go 7 innings. Yeah. Going to give you a good start.
Definition of a horse.
Yeah.
Best starter in baseball for, a good 3 or 4 year stretch.
Yes.
The man. Yeah, I don't know. But again, it's just they were never in a position to win.
But what do you want him to do? It's like he did everything he could do.
Yeah.
Remember those teams? Like they were terrible.
They weren't very good.
Mondesi and
They tried. They had a couple years where they pumped money in and they tried to bring in
when they had AJ Burnett
and
that was
Ryan
fun.
and Troy Gloss. And they tried to make moves and it just didn't fly. All right, you're putting Holiday in?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Quickly, let's move to the next side of the bracket here. Get to the other seeds that are available. Where am I at here? I don't know if we can get this up on the screen because I don't have it in front of me, guys. But all right, we'll wait a moment. But this is going to continue throughout the week here, where we've got obviously different categories and we've got different ways for you to vote. And again, you can go online at TSN 1050 radio on Twitter or at TSN 1050 on Instagram. So there's another half of the bracket that we don't have up evidently on TV, and now I'm trying to find it on my computer.
There it is.
I can't find it. There it is. All right, here we go. Austin Matthews or Pascal Siakam? Jonas, who would you take?
So Siakam obviously won and was an important part
Played
of the
a prominent
team.
role in that team.
Yeah, he was very important.
He was a starter.
But I'm sorry, Matthews.
You going Austin?
It has to be Matthews.
Strutty, would you agree with that? You're a Matthews super fan. I know it.
Yeah, I do. No, I would go with him. Just his time in Toronto has been
Yes, 9 years after what they were before he arrived. Now, Siakam to an extent as well, but he didn't represent the same thing. Like them winning the lottery, him going first overall, rookie of the year, haven't missed the playoffs since he's been here. It's Matthews. Matthews number one. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Vince Carter or Sebastian Giovinco? Giovinco was the best player on those teams with Bradley and Altidore, but Giovinco was like was the best player on that MLS Cup winning team. Out of spite, I'm taking Giovinco. I can't take Vince. Like I'm
Why
not taking Vince because of the way Vince went out. I've made it so clear. I don't need to keep digging this up, but the way you can't be the most valuable when you quit on the team and demand it out. Like no chance.
The only argument in his favor, well, maybe not the only.
There's no argument. Didn't win a thing.
There's some argument.
Went to his graduation on Game 7.
He was maybe the most popular player in the
100%.
league for like a little bit there. He was definitely the most popular player here.
Well, yeah, and that's all that matters.
Like he took basketball here to a different level.
Of course
like
he
we
did.
might not have Shea without Vince.
I'm not buying that for a second. I hear
you
you.
know
but
he
that's
had a
stretch.
huge
Shea
impact here.
Gilgeous-Alexander has to pay
changed-
homage to Vince Carter. Come on.
I think he would tell you that. I think it's like, come on, he was.
Shea was born in 2000. Shea didn't even watch Vince Carter.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
So he was like Vince got here in '99. Anyway, I hear you. I get he was important, but I think a lot of that's been overstated personally. But anyway, I'm not taking.
We
Vince.
wouldn't have Anthony Bennett without.
Exactly.
Vince.
There you go. You can have Anthony Bennett. The world can have Anthony Bennett thanks to Vince.
I'm with Jonas here. I go Vince Carter. I'm not sure how this is even a.
I don't know
Giovinco
anything
all day.
about
Giovinco won. He was international. I'm just not taking Vince. I'm sorry. Kyle Lowry or Carlos Delgado?
This is a hard one.
This isn't that hard for me. It's Lowry all
I'm with
day.
you too.
Lowry
I'm with
won.
you.
I don't think that's true.
It has
You're
to
underselling. Delgado was a better player in his sport than Lowry by a lot.
be not by a lot. He
By a
wasn't.
lot.
No,
Come
he
on.
wasn't.
Was
Not by
Lowry
a
ever
lot.
a top 30 player in basketball?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Come
top 30
on.
player in the league.
No.
Yes, he was. He was an All-Star multiple times.
In the East.
So
That's
how
like-
many guys go to the All-Star game? 30. He was there
No, it's
multiple
like, I think it's
times.
like 12 a conference.
Okay, so even less than that. There you go.
I don't think.
Delgado
I think
was a very
Delgado
good
was
player.
Awesome.
He's not an all-time great player, Delgado. Like he's not an all-time great baseball.
He was
like
one of the best players in the league for like a little stretch
how many
there.
MVPs did he win?
I think he was second one year, wasn't he?
I don't recall that. Listen, he's a great player. I'm not here to downplay the greatness of Delgado. I'm pumping the tires of Kyle. For me, I mean, for me, this is a landslide. Lowry, landslide. All right, last one before we get to Michael Collins. Sundin or DeRozan? Matt Sundin
Matt Sundin.
or DeRozan? Yeah, I think it's Matt's. I think it's
rolled out
got
the
to be
carpet.
for sure. I mean, 0-2 conference final. Unfortunately for DeMar, like he was valuable because he had to go.
He was beloved too.
Yes,
loved
DeMar
being
was.
here.
Yeah. Well, he played. He listened. He said the right things, and I think they were genuine. But he realized this was a market that was just dying to be loved by a player, by an American player, and he played it like a fiddle, to his credit. And I don't dispute he loved it. I think he really did. But he made sure to prop that up. I love Toronto. Toronto's the best. I don't want to be anywhere else. Man, we couldn't wait to hear that from an American star player. It was huge. but it's Sundin. All right, vote online. Let us know where you take it. We'll get this down to 8, and we'll continue to vote as we go forward this week.